ancient people taught and enjoyed themselves by incorporating ancient poems into the game of incense tasting, which can make the game more elegant. The poems in the game of incense tasting are also unforgettable for a long time. As the saying goes, the belly has a poetic book. The beautiful incense with elegant words is really pleasing to the eye. Today, we are going to experience the traditional Chinese incense fighting game of 5-word incense mat. The 5-word incense mat is a smelling competition type of incense mat, where the ability to distinguish the nasal view is fought, and it is an elegant incense mat in which many people can participate, usually 5 to 10 people per banquet. Before the event, determine the date of the event, the incense material to be used, the theme of the poem, the number of participants, and the appropriate size of the incense tasting room. Send out invitations in advance, listing details of the event process and dress code in the invitation. The seriousness of the owner and the guests will make the banquet a great success, and the guests will enjoy the banquet. According to the number of participants, we need to prepare the appropriate number of incense materials, fire props, incense burners, incense pads, recording pens, teacups, and other supplies. The paper used for printing incense paper should be elegantly colored and textured. Talented incense lovers can also hold a brush and write on shrine paper. It also has a special charm. Before the start of the event, the owner of the incense, according to the theme of the event, carefully cleaned and set up the venue, decorated the garden flowers, and prepared seasonal tea and snacks. In order to ensure that the nasal view is not disturbed, the incense mat should be arranged in such a way that it does not interfere with odors and does not use flowers, fruits, food, drinks, or anything with strong odors. Special attention should be paid to the need for proper sound insulation in the incense tasting room. The light in the room should not be too strong or too weak, and the incense tasting room should be properly soundproofed. The music prepared is also based on light music. The best music to use is a music that is close to the theme. Incense owners should dress in a dignified and elegant manner. When the guests arrive, incense tasting activities can begin. We name each of the 5 incenses with a 5-word poem. First, we will record the tasting, and then we will disrupt the order and give out the incense randomly, so that the incense lovers can identify the corresponding names of different incense products. For example, the 5 types of incense are named red beans in the south. The red bean grows in southern lands, namely Hong, red, Dou, bean, Sheng, grow, Nan, southern, Guo, lands, incense. A total of 3 rounds of incense from the 5-word incense seat. The first round of incense tasting in order of the 5 types of Hong, Dou, Sheng, Nan, Guo, incense. And make notes on the incense tasting list. When tasting incense, the left hand is like holding a lotus flower on the chest. The right hand to lift the stove on the seat gently protects the mouth of the stove. Close your eyes and incense breathe together 3 to 5 times. Feel the rhythm of incense products. After tasting the incense, pass the censer to the next taster and repeat the name of the incense. e.g., Hong incense. Do not pass the incense from hand to hand to avoid tilting and spilling. The second round of incense need to disrupt the order. Smell again. Incense lovers will be their own judgment of the name of the incense written on the incense paper. When you pass the incense during the blind tasting, just say, "Serving incense," when passing the burner. The third round of incense and the second round of the same. Three rounds of incense tasting is over. Incense lovers exchange incense papers followed by the incense master to reveal the mystery. The incense lovers criticize each other's hands and their incense papers. The more the incense is accurate, the better the smelling ability. The degree of difficulty of the incense mats can be changed. The incense master can be based on the qualifications of incense friends or the number of varieties of incense materials prepared. The 5-word incense mat into a 3-word incense mat or 7-word incense mat. The use of 3 words or 7-word words for the name of the incense material. The elegance of literature and the pleasure of incense tasting intermingled. After the incense tasting, you can also improvise a poem for the gathering and present the poem to the winner in the gathering. If you were an incense master, what poem would you use in a 5-word incense mat? What is the basis of selection?